Real cases, real crimes. Some vanish without a trace. Others leave behind more questions than answers. When the trail goes cold and the truth hides in the shadows. This is Mysteries Unsolved. What happened to Ahmaud Arbery? On February 23, 2020, 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery went out for a jog in the Satilla Shores neighborhood of Brunswick, Georgia. Arbery, a former high school football player known for his athleticism and love of running, never returned home. What happened next would ignite national outrage, legislative changes, and a renewed focus on racial injustice in America. Around 1:08 p.m. that afternoon, Gregory McMichael, a retired police officer, saw Arbery jogging. Claiming Arbery resembled a suspect in recent burglaries, despite no evidence linking him to any crime, McMichael and his son, Travis, armed themselves and pursued him in their truck. A neighbor, William Bryan, joined the chase in his own vehicle, recording the pursuit on his cell phone. As the McMichaels and Bryan attempted to cut off and box in Arbery, tensions escalated. Surveillance footage later showed Arbery entering a nearby house under construction, looking around but taking nothing. This same house had previously seen multiple visitors, including white individuals, without incident. Moments later, Travis McMichael confronted Arbery with a shotgun. A brief struggle ensued, and McMichael fired multiple shots. Arbery collapsed in the street and died on the scene. Despite the violent death and presence of a recording, local authorities made no immediate arrests. Gregory McMichael was well known to the Glynn County Police Department and had worked closely with then-District Attorney Jackie Johnson. Johnson recused herself from the case 4 days later, citing her prior working relationship with McMichael. The case was reassigned to District Attorney George Barnhill, who also had ties to McMichael's past cases. Barnhill declined to press charges, stating the McMichaels acted within their rights under Georgia's citizen's arrest and self-defense laws. Weeks passed. Public awareness of the case remained minimal until May 5, 2020, when the cell phone video Bryan recorded was leaked and went viral. The footage sparked immediate outrage across the country. In response to growing pressure, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation took over the case on May 6th. A day later, on May 7th, GBI agents arrested Gregory and Travis McMichael. They were charged with felony murder and aggravated assault. On May 21st, William Bryan was also arrested and charged with felony murder and criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment. As the investigation progressed, disturbing details emerged. A GBI investigator testified during a preliminary hearing that Bryan had struck Arbery with his truck during the chase. Physical evidence supported this. Arbery's handprint and shirt fibers were found on Bryan's vehicle, along with a dent. The public demanded justice, and the legal system slowly began to respond. On June 24, 2020, a grand jury indicted all three men on multiple charges, including malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment. On October 18, 2021, the state trial began. Jury selection drew criticism when defense attorneys eliminated all but one black juror from the panel, despite Glynn County's significant black population. Still, the trial proceeded. On November 24, 2021, the jury delivered its verdict. Travis McMichael was found guilty of all charges, including malice murder. Gregory McMichael and William Bryan were convicted of felony murder and other related charges. On January 7, 2022, sentencing took place. Both Travis and Gregory McMichael received life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus 20 years. Bryan received life with the possibility of parole after 30 years. But the legal battle wasn't over. In February 2022, a separate federal trial began, focused on hate crime charges. Prosecutors introduced evidence of racist messages and social media posts from the defendants, including Travis McMichael using slurs to describe black people. The jury found all three guilty of federal hate crimes, attempted kidnapping, and, for the McMichaels, use of firearms during a violent crime. Federal sentencing followed on August 8, 2022, Travis McMichael received life plus 10 years, Gregory McMichael life plus 7, and William Bryan 35 years in federal prison. Public reaction was swift and strong. Many viewed the initial failure to arrest the McMichaels as a glaring example of systemic racism and prosecutorial bias. In the wake of Arbery's death, the I Run with Maud movement emerged, with thousands running 2.23 miles to honor his memory. The case also led to legislative change. Georgia passed a hate crime law in June 2020, previously one of only a handful of states without such legislation. The state also repealed its citizens' arrest law, which had been cited in the McMichaels' defense. Do you think justice was truly served in this case? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching another episode of Mysteries Unsolved.